What is going on, everybody? Justin here from NBA The Show, and I just want to talk to you guys about Jimmer Fredette. A lot of you guys already know who this is. If you don't, let me explain to you a little bit about him and what went wrong as people assumed that he was a bust in the NBA. Fredette had a promising career as he played for BYU from 2007 to 2011 for 4 years. His freshman year, he averaged 7 points per game, 1.7 assists per game, and 1.1 rebounds per game. Keep in mind, every year he gradually got better. Sophomore year, 16.2, 4.1, and 3. Junior year, 22 points, 4.7, 3.1. In his senior year, his best yet, 28.9 points per game, 4.3, and 3.4. Now, going into this draft with experience, you can see why the Bucks picked him 10th overall. However, he was traded to the Kings in a deal that the Milwaukee Bucks and the Bobcats involved players such as John Solomon, Beno Udrih, Sean Livingston, Corey Maggette, and Stephen Jackson. Now, in the NBA, Jimmy really never panned out to what organizations thought he could possibly be. Now, the 6'2" point guard was putting up decent numbers in his first year with the Kings and increasing every single stat from the first year to the second. But the Kings decided to waive Jimmy Butler, and the Chicago Bulls picked him up for the remainder of the 2012-13 season. Playing in just 8 games, averaging 4 points per game in 7 minutes, the Bulls didn't look to re-sign Fredette as he moved on to a new team, being his third team, the New Orleans Pelicans. He played the whole 14 and 15 season for the Pelicans, and during the 15-16 season, he just played 4 games, averaging 0.5 points per game, and the Pelicans decided to waive Mr. Fredette. They said goodbye. Moving on to his fourth team, the San Antonio Spurs swept him up his feet. However, 3 months later, only appearing in 2 preseason games for the Spurs decided to waive Mr. Fredette once again. Jimmer then settled for the D-League, where he was selected by the Westchester Knicks with the 2nd overall pick in the 2015 D-League draft. On November 10th, 2015, the Pelicans were dealing with several injuries, so they decided to bring back Fredette. 9 days later, the Pelicans waived Fredette, and it's back to the D-League. On November 28th, 2015, he returned back to the Westchester Knicks and made his debut, which the Knicks in the D-League. Fredette really shined, averaging 21.1 points per game with 5 assists per game and 4 rebounds per game, shooting 45% from the floor. But the question is, will it translate to the NBA? A month later, Fredette signs a 10-day contract with the Knicks. He made his debut, recording 3 points in 2 minutes off the bench. On March 2nd, the Knicks say, we're not going to give this guy a second 10-day contract. He was reacquired by the Westchester Knicks, the D-League team, 4 days later. After all these attempts, Jimmer decided to go play in China, where he plays for the Shanghai Sharks, a team that Michael Beasley went to play for before returning to the NBA. We saw him with the Rockets, and now he's with the Bucks. Fredette is really going off in China, averaging 38.8 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 5.4 assists per game. Also giving his team a 12-1 record, which is the best in the China League. Will a NBA team see this and give him another chance? Or should we all consider that Jimmy Butler is going to stay in China and ball out there? It's been a long time since we've seen some good Chinese basketball talent in the NBA. Yinjin Lian, who tried to make a comeback who didn't work out. Yao Ming, who retired and had several injuries. And now we have Jeremy Lin, who's a pretty decent talent. But who else? I think the main reason Jimmer didn't really pan out in the NBA is because he is and was never a good defensive player. Never a great defensive player whatsoever. He also has a score-first mentality, not a pass-first mentality, which is very important being a point guard in this league. And it's something that I believe coaches just won't tolerate. And Jimmer doesn't really want to work with the coaches, so he's off doing his own thing. So let me know what you guys think about Mr. Fredette and where you feel he is going to be with the rest of his career. Will he make a return to the NBA? Will he stay in China or will he just fall off the map? However, he is balling out in China. But maybe anybody can ball out in China. I mean, again, it's not that much of a talented league. I mean, obviously they're better than me or an average person, but they're not in the NBA for a reason. So thank you guys so much for watching this quick little infotainment on Mr. Jimmer Fredette. Hope you guys have a great night. Peace.